Crystal ball of real estate, tell me when the best time to buy. All right, so what you read is true. I am officially giving up. It's official, I am giving up clients who are looking to pursue campgrounds and glamping. Now don't get me wrong, this is something that I've really thought about, and every buyer should be able to make whatever purchase they want. I just can't seem to justify looking to do a campground or a glamping site because there are so many different factors and variables that just does not make sense to me. And here's why I don't feel like doing a campground or glamp site business is not a wise real estate investment. For one, the application for a conditional use permit plus a minor use permit, that's already $21,000 off the gate. Not to mention, with your campground plans, you're going to need a few minimum criteria, and that is 5 acres on rural land. It also has to be agricultural or resource conservation, provided that you are able to bring in water and sewage or septic. Pretty much everything in the desert is septic. Those minimum criteria alone is going to be a very costly thing. I had one client that had an estimate for water was $660,000, which is insane. And if you're looking in the market for these specific minimum criteria for a campsite, good luck with that. It's very difficult to find something that meets the water situation. You're spending so much money just to get the permits. You also have to consider the fact that you need to do a public hearing for your plan. On top of all the costs just to start it, you're going to be competing against the Joshua Tree National Park. Also, you're competing with Joshua Tree Lake Campground, which they are a very well established area. You can bring in your RV and your campsite and even go fishing there too. And to be honest, if you're gonna spend at least $21,000 for your permit, that is a good sizable down payment for a home that can build equity over time. If you're doing that for just a what if you can get that permit approved, you're gonna be very lucky, extremely lucky, but the risk is just too much. It's far too great to lose out on that money. Best case scenario, just use that money for a down payment on a fixer and just build it up, let it build equity, and resell it for a much better profit. You're gonna save so much time and headache trying to run a campsite business that you're gonna wish you purchased a home instead. At least then you have a home and something tangible to work with. If you still want to do the campground plan, that's great. I'll drop some links below and you can check out all the permits and plans that you need required for it. But just know that those fees are non-refundable. Yep, and that is primarily the main reason why I will never ever help anyone try to purchase land for the sole reason of trying to run a campground approved. Things just does not make sense for me personally. You can still find another agent or realtor that's willing to do that for you, but in my honest opinion, it's just not worth the risk. Again, for me, it's mainly because I'm looking out after my clients. I would feel super bad if they spent all this money and then at the end just not be able to finish what they started or their dream. I'm sorry if I'm killing the vibe, but that's just me. I'd rather tell you upfront now than later on when you start your plans, you purchase the land and then you hit a roadblock. And then guess what? It just comes all back to me. I did warn you, and then now you spent so much money and got nothing out of it. And if you plan to resell your land for a much higher profit, you're gonna have to wait quite a bit for that land to sell for a much greater price. And that's it. That's all I have to say. I'm still doing real estate. I'm just not doing the whole campground RV trailer. This is Marvin with Cameron Sean's real estate team. I hope this video finds you helpful. If you are thinking about doing that type of property, I urge you to do all the research, all the front end and back end cost, and just finding a really good realtor that can do that can point you in the right direction. It's just not me. Have a good day.